guess. Okay. Okay, yeah. So when you end up in a disadvantaged spot like this, you know like the I've been learning this even more lately is that in this matchup when you end up in a bad spot, it's just awful.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I agree.
it's like there's no you're almost still trapped in the combo by being in a bad position.
Uh-huh.
But
I agree.
so yeah, so basically you're gonna lose these mix-ups like 90% of the time, and I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I would say definitely try to be like a bit more careful with it. Like when you're already in a bad spot, you might have to pull out like a kind of crazy like you might have to be extra defensive, you know, even like go to ledge or something to get out of it because otherwise you just especially on FD, like you don't have anywhere to go. So it can just get
Right.
really ugly really fast. That's just like a minor detail cuz yeah, like you lose a stock out of it and it's like it's just that's just the matchup. Is it's extremely difficult to get out of disadvantage.
For sure.
Hmm. So, once this is another small note. I'm just sort of going through it. I think that you should cover ledge at least one third of the time in the Ditto.
So when you say cover ledge, are you saying like I should grab ledge?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say there's some situation like this one where you get this last laser. I would
Uh-huh.
well, I mean, in this case, you definitely probably want to get the laser ledge grab here, but I would say in like a situation like this, like right here or whatever, I would say like at least like one third of the time grab ledge. Even if it's not this exact laser spot, but if he's kind of recovering from like around here or whatever, just because
Mm.
if they can get away with like he gets away with going to ledge and he kind of just goes to ledge the next time too, and you really there's a lot of times the other Falco will just be down to go to ledge like really often if you don't cover it enough. Like he's just got to ledge, you know, again, and so he's just like living over and over here, and it's like he should really feel afraid of going to ledge at all. Like anytime he's off stage, he should feel at least somewhat afraid of going to edge.
Yeah, yeah. Like, um, I think for the laser and then down smash, like was so I maybe should have went for like if I hit the laser, I should have just immediately grabbed the ledge afterwards instead of down smash.
That is good in a lot of situations, yeah. And it's hard. I can't just say after every laser, you know, grab the ledge there, but it is a very good option.
Okay, okay.
And the thing is, it's not. I'm not saying to do it after that laser there. It might even be, you know, better after that laser there to just do that. Like I do laser edge grab like a lot, but
Right.
what I'm saying is just in general, if your opponent is out here, make sure you're grabbing ledge often enough because it's really easy to sort of get into a rhythm where you're trying to laser their recovery and then they keep fast fall side B, you know, canceling or whatever, and they just will get back over and over. So it's just something to mention because I hadn't seen you cover ledge yet.
Yeah, I do have a problem with that, so that's a good note.
Combo game looking pretty iffy. So so here's the thing in this matchup, and I'll get more into it in a little bit, is that the neutral game in this matchup is like one of the most complicated ones in the entire game. If not like the most complicated, in the sense that there are a stupid number of situations. Like despite there being a good basic plan of like laser the other Falco and then move in, it like the number of actual situations that can come out of it are like stupidly high.
Yeah.
So, like, there's never gonna be a point, or at least you know until you're significantly better than you know me or Ginger or whatever. Is that like there's never gonna be a point where you're like, aha, like I have my neutral in the Falco Ditto like totally down. Like,
Right.
there's always going to be these weird little spacings and weird little laser heights and stuff like that where you're never going to quite be perfect at it. And so that's sort of like knowing that there's a really high cap to it. I think it's something that you can like sort of accept, like, okay, I'm going to try to be decent at this, but I'm not going to like worry too much about it. And you want to focus first on the parts of the matchup that are the easiest.
Like
or,
punish.
Like the most straightforward, like the punish. And especially punish on FD. This is the stage where like you don't have any platforms getting in the way. You don't have anything stopping you from doing literally like the world's most simple, down air, shine, short hop off, double jump, down air, down air, shine, single hit up air, up tilt, fair down smash. There's like all these like zero death combos that will work here, and it's very important to have those like really down, because that's the most straightforward part of the matchup. Like, because the thing is like you're not gonna play against an enemy Falco who has fully mastered the neutral game. Like, if you play my Falco in this matchup, are plenty of times where you will just laser and you'll just go in afterward, and there's nothing I can do and I'll just get hit out of it. That'll happen. So you need to make sure that at the very least, the easy parts of it, or the simple parts, the punish game and stuff like that, are like, you have it down. And so I think, like, so far, that is a pretty big factor, because, like, you're getting all these hits on him, but you're having to, like, win. And it's like, yeah, you have a big advantage in neutral, but there's no reason why you should have to do this on a stage where there's nothing getting in your way. Glad you covered ledge there.
Yeah, I that's another big point that I think that I'm not consistent at killing Falco off the shine at 0 on FD. Like, I think it's because there's just like a few specific like recoveries or defensive options they pick that I don't. I think like grabbing ledge is a big part of it. Like, if I could like cover edge, even sometimes I could kill them more often.
True, but the thing is, okay, so that's definitely true, but I haven't seen you yet even set up for one of the basic, like, bread and butters on this stage. Like, for instance, like, you're in this position, and you get this shine at 0. And so, like, when you get this shine at 0, your options are, you can either shine again or you can downer. That's it. And so you go for the shine again, and now he's here. And now in this position, you basically have no other option other than down air. And, like, so your idea here should be, if I down air shine him and he goes off stage, I get down air shine wave dash, short hop, double jump down air. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think I go for shine these days a lot because I don't like when I don't like the having to deal with if they smash the either down air and don't get hit by the shine.
You're saying like smash DI'd away?
Yeah, so like so in this case, like I would have to like, it depends on what kind of downer I do from here. So like if I dash short hop downer, he could smash DI behind me. But if I do like fade back downer, kind of just like while still facing right, then like he could smash DI in front of me and then not get hit by the shine.
Well, the answer to that is to dash JC shine if he SDIs. Most likely. You can sometimes walk into it, but a lot of times you're just gonna have to dash JC shine wave dash.
So you think that's better than just wave shining?
Yeah, because this is what happens when you wave shine. What's your follow-up here? You don't have one. There's actually not even a follow-up here at all. Like, there's literally no follow-up. You just edgeguard. And so you did 21 damage out of a shine at 0. So there's no, justification for this. Like so it's like this, yeah, you want to be doing shine down air here, but you land the shine. Also, I think below 10%, if you hit the down air out of this, even if they SDI down or whatever, they can't pop out. There's a different stun animation below 10%.
Yeah, I think like below 10%, the downer doesn't send him down fast enough usually, so that he can like land cancel the shine and then shine or whatever.
Yeah, there's actually a different animation, I think, for the stun too.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, below 10%. They can't transition to that, like the empty land, like at all below 10, as far as I know. Yeah. And so when you get here, yeah, you can just literally just down air this like pretty much every time and then shine. So the point is that like you're not comboing for positioning at this point, you're comboing for damage. Like, that is the goal. When you shine somebody at 0, you're not trying to get them off stage, you're not trying to kill them, your goal is to get a bunch of damage, as Falco. Some characters, you want to go for the Gimp right away, like Marth or whatever, but with Falco, your goal is to get damage, because when somebody gets enough damage, even like 30 or 40, your options to kill them if they go off stage go way up.
Ah, okay.
So, like, for instance, like right here, if, let's say, he does SDI back towards the stage right here, so you do this, and you down air him right here, right, and he SDIs back, and then you JC shine this way towards the center of the stage, you know, you have a chance to get, you know, maybe like a dash nair or a dash late single hit up air shine or something here, and like him going back onto the stage, there's a reason why he's DIing out really hard here, and it's because he doesn't have enough damage for you to kill him. You're not Fox, you can't get, you know, a shine at 0 and shine spike someone. Falco needs damage so that his down smash and his down air, which are his primary kill moves, can kill. Down smash and down air are like, that is the bread, and obviously, you know, drop off double jump back air from ledge or whatever, but like from on stage when you're doing a combo, the down smash and the down air are super important, and if your opponent doesn't have enough percent, neither of those moves will kill. Sometimes you can get a really early down air kill, you know, and then they have to up B and they're below tech percentage, but it's not super reliable. So like this is like, if you're watching your own VOD and this happens, you should be like, oh, ooh, like I missed like a really big combo opportunity here, because with correct play, that shine you landed is a kill. It's like a kill maybe 80 to 90% of the time, I think.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I don't think about it like that currently.
Yeah, so it's kind of like in the Fox Ditto, when you're playing a Ditto on FD, and, you know, if you're, let's say you're chain grabbing the guy in the Ditto, I'm sure you've watched enough Fox Dittos where this has happened, where, you know, let's say one guy is chain grabbing, and then the other guy isn't using grab.
Yeah,
the advantage will be massively in the favor of the guy who's chain grabbing, because he has a really big chance of actually killing out of his combos. And that is what you want to be going for. You want, on this stage, it should feel almost boring. Like, you get a hit and you're like, okay, do the bread and butter, and you take his stock, and then you come back and then he gets it and he does his bread and butter and he takes your stock. There's not actually a lot of creativity that you can accomplish in the combos here, because everything just works.
Okay.
Everything here just combos. I think Ginger is really good. Ginger is really good for a bunch of flowchart combos on this stage. Like, I do a bunch of them. I think Ginger is the best, where like he doesn't do the perfect zero death every time, but he does it really often. Like, especially when you watch him when he's playing on point. You know, maybe not like a tournament match, but you're just kind of watching his stream and he's, you know, playing friendlies or something. He will hit these zero deaths like every time. It's kind of crazy. But it's like he's only hitting like 3 or 4 zero deaths over and over. It's not like there's this really complicated combo tree. And so yeah, so you go for this nair here. This is fine. I would prefer fair down smash here. The problem with it is that it's probably not going to kill anyway.
What about like first hit up air?
First hit up air? You could, but the problem is after, like you know, maybe you're gonna up tilt afterward. I think up tilt here wouldn't be that bad. Like wave dash out up tilt, and then if he DIs in, you can keep the combo going. And if he DIs towards the edge, like if you did wave dash up tilt, he might DI here and you can forward smash it, or he might go up and then you can get an up air or a shine back air or something. I'm actually not I'm not 100% sure about this situation, but I know that if you do this nair, it literally just loses to DI away. So you should probably be doing something beside the nair.
Okay.
Okay, is that. I would have probably preferred another up tilt there, but other than that, it was a good situation. So yeah, when you're playing and you have a Falco Ditto on FD, and it's not constant zero deaths, that should be like a big alarm bell for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But so far, that was the biggest thing that jumped out to me about this game. We can go to the next one after this. And I'm definitely noticing some issues with the edge guards. So it's this sort of the grabbing ledge thing kind of plays into this. Is like you can use the lasers to limit the amount of possible recoveries that your opponent can do. You know, high lasering their up B or whatever. But eventually, there's a decisive moment where you choose an option and you hard read the recovery. You're never going to be able to edge guard Falco with pure reaction. And so it's like you can just directly choose the recovery option and just read it right off the bat. Like a lot of times I will do that. Like I'll just like shoot 2 lasers and then I feel like they're going to go to ledge and I just grab ledge. Like I don't even hit him with the laser. Just like laser and I'm I feel like ledge and I go to ledge. And that'll work a lot of times because they'll try to dodge, fast fall past the lasers and then side B or something and I get ledge. And so there's always going to be like a decisive moment where you choose to get the correct edge guard on that, or you choose, to edge guard them. So when you're doing this, it looks like you're really just. So the thing is, so you hard read basically that he's gonna side B like this, because if he didn't and he just goes to ledge, you're not gonna get an opening.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, so this is good. You go, aha, I have the hard read that he's going to side B on stage, but in this case, you should try to do a hard punish on side B on stage. Whereas this case, you're like, all right, I'm only covering side B on stage, but then you go for the laser of like, no, I need to keep my systems going of like continuing to laser or whatever, and then he'll just get ledge there.
Yeah, I think actually, like in my head in that moment, I'm thinking like I want a laser. If he shortens, and then if he does a full length side B, like I've done this where like the laser will stop them mid side B in front of me, and then I can like play a mix up on them as they get lasered. But the problem is that a lot of times, like you saw in the clip, like they get lasered and then they just fall to ledge instantly if they short.
Yeah, exactly. That's the issue. Like the issue is like you're never gonna be able to react to Falco side being on stage or Falco shortened to edge. Those aren't reactable. But you can make your opponent, like the idea of the lasers is, I don't know if we talked about this, like when your opponent's in the corner, kind of like maintaining the tension, like you want to give them a chance to do something stupid out of the corner so you can punish it.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that when they're recovering, of like you're lasering them with the idea of like you want to make them uncomfortable. The lasering is not actually getting you an edge guard. It's just there to kind of be like, maybe he'll side B immediately after this laser. Maybe he'll side B immediately after this laser. And you can kind of give him chances to do a bad recovery. But it's not like an edge guard in itself. The lasers are just there to try to make it easier for you to read and then do your actual like hard read option on his recovery.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay, that should have almost certainly been an up tilt here. Right here. Probably an up tilt. Because when you get this shine, like, I would say, okay, and if you're going to follow up on this, I would say do shine and then full hop above him, and then down air, fast fall, and then tech chase. Like, because if otherwise, like, you're not... Like, you have to think, like, it's better to go for something as Falco and the Ditto a lot of times that can potentially lead to a follow-up, such as, a down air tech chase, than it is to just sort of end your combo.
Yeah. I think... Let me... I'm trying to remember what happened. I think... Oh, so after the reverse back air, I didn't go for up tilt because I wasn't confident that he would DI, like, such that the up tilt would link. Like, I kind of, like, did the back air and then was, like, waiting to see him DI, and then, like, I think I tried to just do the shine as a safe way to knock... I don't know if I reacted. I'm not sure or not. But I remember thinking that, like, I wasn't sure if the up tilt would work. That's all I remember.
Okay, that's fair. So let's say, like, you're not always going to get the perfect follow-up, but when you end up here, like... I want to see, an option that can lead to something else. And that's why I think the down air tech chase here is more solid than the up air. Because, you just jump above him and then you fast fall down air. And there's a chance, he'll tech in and you can down air follow up. Or he'll miss the tech and you can down smash. There are, ways that you could potentially kill him. And you want to keep those potential kills open. Even if, you're like, well, if I down air him from here, there's always a chance that I, miss my tech chase. But there's a chance of it. But when you do this up air, there's no chance you can kill him at all. Even if it hit, you're never going to kill out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I think definitely, because I remember from playing you're very much about, the positional game, and I think that's, a really good approach to Falco in general. But when you get a hit, it needs to just be murder mode, in this matchup. It should be, okay, all of my energy is going towards him dying by the end of this combo.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. So let's watch this. He does those nairs off the platform. I don't know why everyone loves this. Okay. So, I've done this a million times too, but you're aware that shield drop shine beats the down air even if you do it frame perfect, right?
Yep, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and stuff...
Sorry, I was going to say this game is really bad. I think it's the only game where I get completely destroyed. I think it's just I died pretty early every stock. So, but
okay.
We can watch it.
Yeah, I'll still go through it, but I won't. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend the rest of the lesson on it. So another big thing is let's say you're right here. You're thinking okay, he can't aerial me from the platform. Let's see, right here. So you show a lot of confidence moving in right here because you're well, as long as I stay out of, drop back air range or whatever, I should be fine. But something that's really important to consider in the Ditto is also what potential lasers does my opponent have? Because they have the same game plan, right? Where they want to dodge your lasers and hit you with theirs. So when they're on a platform like this, you have to be really aware that them doing a drop laser is also it's an extremely attractive option for them.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when it hits me, it's because I'm not my laser that I fired didn't hit them, didn't anti-air them the way I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
I shot the laser and then he just went barely over it, and I think that's kind of what tricked me up.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing is there's so many situations in this matchup. The difference between that and the laser slightly hitting him or the laser barely missing him is potential death for you. So
yeah.
And it's you're never gonna be able to fully tell the difference between those in real time. So you basically want to just set up algorithms that are generally as you want to set up a basis that has as little chaos as possible. And then you sort of work your way up from there of dabbling in maybe I can kind of push this situation a little bit in my direction or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you wave dashing in here, this is psychotic. Wow. You get hit by both these lasers, and then your answer is to wave dash in. Wow.
Okay. The thought... So this was kind of laggy, these games, by the way. Normally, I'm pretty decent at hitting power shield on the second laser from double lasers from ledge.
Oh, nice. I gotta start doing that.
Yeah, so this was actually just a pre-planned sequence of just power shield and then wave dash forward.
Oh.
But my power shield, and then I just took laser wave dashed into him.
Okay, that should make sense. And and here's another situation of he just sort of comfortably goes to ledge as you're, trying to defend against all, covering all the options is actually a trap.
Yeah. I have to commit to covering it sometimes. Yeah.
Because, like, if you just go out for a wacky back air on, like, a high option and he gets to ledge, it's not that much different from you trying to laser over and over and he gets to edge. The
Yeah. Yeah.
difference is that the wacky back air would have 100% killed if he had gone high.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Something about this that I want to...
Yeah, I'm actually
Okay.
like, I think I'm just very like shaky in the corner, which kind of makes sense in this matchup because it's pretty hard to get out of the corner, I think.
It's
But
very, very difficult to get out of the corner. The biggest one right now, your combo game is just... It's hurting you way more than I think you realize.
yeah, yeah, he definitely is killing me like pretty efficiently a lot of the time.
Because, a big part of the reason why... So there are a lot of reversals in this matchup. And so, the whole idea of like a reversal is they have advantage and then you get a hit and now it's your turn. And
Right.
if your turn is not something that, strikes fear into the hearts of men, then your opponent doesn't need to worry about your turn. And so when you're in the corner, like, take a Falco who's like disturbingly good at reversals, who is Albert. Albert is like the reversal master in this matchup. I would say that he gets more openings out of reversals than he does out of non-reversals. And that's not necessarily, that's definitely not a bad thing from his end. He's just really, exceptionally good at it. And it's sort of like, when you have Albert in a disadvantaged situation, even when you're comboing him, you do have to think about, like, you have to be really careful which moves you use in your combos and the positioning of your combos, because if you're just a little bit off, he'll get a hit and then he'll zero death you. And so,
Yeah.
like, take that a step back and you're in the corner and you're in this awful spot. But, like, being in the corner isn't as bad as actually getting comboed. So you still have reversal chances. It's not quite as bad as getting comboed to be in the corner. And so if you have this very powerful reversal game, your opponent has to think a little bit more about what they do, because if you happen to get, a dash in shine out of shield, or you happen to just spot dodge shine them, or, anything, or, walk away up tilt in the corner or anything like that, which, they don't have a very high rate of success. But, let's say that you land it. If that leads to a kill, your opponent will start second guessing themselves a lot more when they're in an advantageous situation. And I know this
Yep.
because when
Yeah.
I'm comboing Albert, I literally be comboing the guy, and I'm like afraid because I'm like, oh no, like, he's just gonna do some weird little slide off or some weird SDI, and then suddenly I'll get comboed. And that's like, it's very important to have that to sort of mitigate the aggressive options of the other Falco when you're in disadvantage. And the thing is you can kind of play without that if you're really, really good at comboing, because then, you're like, well, I'll just get you in disadvantage and get a combo more often. But, like, it's kind of a, like, more volatile way to play the matchup. So it's like, that's just, like, a thing of, like, okay, so let's say, okay, so you haven't gotten a reversal here, but, like, let's watch, and I'm sure there'll be some point where you actually do get a reversal off of something. And, yeah, oh my goodness, what is going on here? What is the stock? I was waiting for a reversal, and there's just, what is happening? Yeah, kind of a crazy shine. Wouldn't recommend going for those. Just
Yeah.
because... Just because it's like, the reason why these are bad typically is that it loses to laser down air, which is like really, really common. Or laser nair. Like, both of those beat the shine after this. Pretty much the only thing this shine beats is if he does dash in JC shine, and even then it's like a toss up. So, usually not the best option. Tempting, but not the best option. Okay, so, like, let's take a look. This is something that this Falco actually did well. So, if you were in this situation, your thought would 100% be to laser the
Laser.
up B.
Yeah.
And then he would simply drop and grab ledge. But your opponent did not do that. He let you up B, and then just 50-50 to kill. And it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels risky to me, but like I guess you just have to take that risk sometimes.
Yeah. The important thing to realize is that by doing the lasers, you aren't actually guaranteeing the edge guard any more than you would be if you were going for a hard read.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that was just that just happens. You did nothing wrong there. That's just the matchup. Okay, you get this down air. I really like if you had up tilted on this mistech. You got to be really ready for those. Up tilting here is
like
really,
on reaction.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I don't do up tilts on reaction almost. I always do it as like a read.
No. So the thing is like when you do this type of a down air, Falco has really strong tech traps, and the chances of your opponent being aware enough to tech every down air and every timing is they're not gonna do it. So like a lot of times what I'll do is I'll down air here, and I'll watch for the tech in towards center so I can dash back down air them or dash back, anything them. And then if they miss the tech here, I just react with an up tilt as often as possible.
Ooh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know about that.
Very good. Okay, there's the forward air. Okay, good. Okay. That was a good capitalization. What was this dash back? Why'd you do this dash back?
I think I was just worried about potential back air out of shield or wave dash outshine.
Okay, so you shouldn't be worried about the wave dash outshine here because that's just like a losing, like that. It's like extremely cheesy, basically. Like, imagine if you are this Falco and you are getting lasered on your shield by this Falco. Do you feel like, oh yeah, this guy's such a sucker lasering me from this range, he's about to get wave dash outshined? Like, I don't think that's the mentality you would have here. You would be like, like, how do I get out of this,
Yeah, personally, I would never, but some Falcons I fight on rank have, like, a lot of audacity, so, like, I just, like...
Audacity is the perfect word for it.
Yeah, it's like I have to kind of think about it sometimes, even though, like, I agree it's pretty cheesy.
Yeah, so... The reason why it's really bad is not only does it lose to just, every single possible aggressive option that you could do, like, it literally puts Falco in stun for, 15 frames or something?
Yeah.
That's more than a laser. A laser hitting someone is 11, and then a wave dash is 15 frames of inaction ability, where he's just completely a sitting duck for think of how often a Falco here will laser dash JC shine your shield or something like that. The wave dash back is just a pure gamble, and so the thing is that the other thing is an auto cancel back air at this percent. If he hits you with it, is actually negative by a lot. If he auto-cancel backers you at this percent, you get a free shine.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I was paying attention to the percents. But if I was at high percent, what do you think would be better if I'm worried about backer out?
So, this dash back, there's nothing actually wrong with this dash back. But the problem is that you're not... So, okay, the thing with this dash back is basically... When you do the dash back here, you're looking for the back air out of shield. This is not a bad thing to do. You're looking for the back air out or the wave dash back. But if neither of those happen, you need to maintain your pressure. Because you had pressure. It's very difficult, as you've said, for Falco to get out of a disadvantageous situation against another Falco. So what you don't want to do is just give up the advantage. So dashing back here is fine, but fully dashing back in this was pointless. You just reset neutral. So if you were gonna do this, you do this dash back, dash in laser, dash in aerial, dash back, dash in something here. Because if you're waiting for him to commit backwards, or sorry, like towards center, you know. But if he doesn't commit towards center, you need to be maintaining the pressure here. It just literally resets to neutral, and then you're in a bad spot.
Right. Okay.
And then it's like, okay, so he gets CC shined here. Okay, so like, you know, think about this at like an ideal level. Okay, like these are the best Falcos in the world playing each other. Okay, and he does this nair, which isn't a bad choice, and you shine him, which is also very good. Would you say, in this position, let's say you're watching Mango, and this is last stock of a major tournament, would you expect Mango to get like 20 damage off this shine?
Yeah.
In no world would Mango get 20 damage, and yet here you go, shine, grab, forward throw, 21 damage. Like, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. And it's kind of like, that is like the biggest thing to notice of like, whoa, like, my Falco is not doing the thing, like, at all. Like, that is what Falco does. Like, the issue wasn't your approach to neutral game. The issue wasn't your spacing. The issue wasn't anything. You literally he did a correct situation. This can happen at any level of play because he's expecting you after the laser to, you know, maybe jump or something. That's what he's expecting. So he goes for this nair. Not a great nair, but a nair that happens at every level of play. And you perfectly CC shine him. This is like, if you took this and you took, you know, a special pill that like made your skill 100 times, or your game knowledge, you know, 100 times what it was, you would still do this shine. If he does this nair and you were playing a task bot of yourself, you would still shine here. It's perfect. But what comes afterward is horrible. And so yeah, you mess up here and get this wave dash off. This is still totally a follow-up, you know? Like, that is 100% a follow-up. And then, you know, even here, like, yeah, okay, you get the grab, and it's just like, and then, okay, so the good news is you at least went for a decisive edgeguard here. So you at least went for this. And the problem is that you forward smashed a little too fast. And the thing is even, you know, I get that this was a read, but even though it is a read, you're forward smashing when he's in laser stun.
Yeah.
You can afford to delay this a little bit. And if you had, he actually does instant side B out of it, but your forward smash didn't cover the option that you guessed he would do.
Yeah, I think I forward smashed as if my laser wasn't going to hit him.
Well, if your laser wasn't going to hit him, he would either side B above your head or, like, up B up here. So, like, it wouldn't work anyway.
Yeah, I think it was just, like, a complete misunderstanding of the situation, for sure.
Okay, it happens. But the thing I'm more concerned about is this. Like, this needs to, like, I think you're a little bit too happy to, like, just get another shine. And you should really be, like, when you get this shine here, you have to be down in here. This should not be like, oh, I'm going to set up for another shine. Like, down there. It'll give you way more % than a shine will give, and it guarantees another shine. He's below 10%. You shined him. Shine, down air, shine. If you're worried about their SDI on your down air, you're going to be scared to down air forever. SDI doesn't even work on... Like, it doesn't actually get out of Falco combos. It simply makes Falco do 2 extra buttons, which is dash forward and jump, and then shine, rather than just shine.
Yeah.
So if you're not comfortable doing dash JC shines, you know, that's something you can easily practice and improve on. But you should never be afraid of the SDI that someone can do. The only time you should be afraid of someone's SDI is when you do shine, down air, shine, and then they're low to the ground and you're gonna down air, and you know that if they SDI down, you know, they'll get
like
the
land cancel the down
yeah,
air.
they'll land cancel. That's the only SDI you should actually be afraid of. Otherwise, like, when you hit this, it should be second nature. You know, like you're eating a bowl of cereal, you pick up the cereal with your spoon. You know, what's step 2? You put it in. You lift up the spoon. You put the cereal in your mouth. You don't need to think about that. You know, this should be the most straightforward decision of your entire life to down air here. The only time you should go for a second shine here is when you're too late. Like, let's say, you know, you do a JC shine, you mess up somehow, and you don't have enough time to get the down air. then you go, okay, fine, I'll do a shine and then I'll do a downer out of it. But like it has to just be downer. Like go for it. Otherwise you end up with these 20 damage combos. And if it doesn't matter how good you are. If Mango could only do 21 damage off a combo, he would lose to this guy too. Okay, nothing too bad here. Okay, downer tech trap, really, really good. Grab ledge, perfect. Absolutely no complaints there. That's exactly what I would have done. Okay. So out of these are the ones where, you know, you shouldn't feel bad for missing these. Because, you know, he, like, slid off a platform and he went at this weird off-stage thing. These are fine. This will happen. Yeah. Because you're looking for that one, you know, crispy opening. But when you get those openings, that should be, like, you know, the reason why you play Falco, basically, is for those crispy openings. Like, that's when you get to, you know, do everything you've trained for as Falco. And if you're not really hitting the combos well there, that was a fine edge guard. There's nothing really wrong with that. There's nothing really wrong. Okay, that was good. You shielded it. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about this kind of stuff right here, because I've played you before, and I know that your general approach to Falco is fine. That's not the issue here. A lot of people, that's the issue. Your general approach of like how you try to play systematically and play to the correct options, it's all good. The issue here is that from what I can tell in these games, you're not making use of your openings. And if you're not making use of your openings, nothing else matters.
Yeah. And
wait, this is the same game, I think. I'm on the 4th game. What was that?
Right. No, I was just saying, and then I think on the flip side, my opponents are making better use of it, their openings.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but, you know, who cares about them?
Yeah. I just meant, like that's an easy way to lose. Like if you're
no, definitely. Okay. This is all good. This is one thing to be really aware of, is this nair. I was going to say, I haven't really seen any of these nairs from you, which is if the opponent Falco does dash away turnaround laser, this nair wins.
Yeah. I actually don't do this.
It's an important nair to keep in mind. If you ever see your opponent dash back and you have a read that they're going to be doing a defensive laser, this nair beats it every time. It's just like a clean win. So, something to keep in mind. And I know this has been like a bit of a disjointed lesson, and it just in the sense that like there's no like super clear like aha, you were totally thinking of this thing wrong, you know. But that's kind of like where you're at. Like you don't really do anything egregious as Falco. It's more like you need to, you know, like it's like you're trying to make your Falco like a knife, you know, and your Falco is definitely not a fork. Like, your Falco is for sure a knife, but it needs to be like a very, very sharp knife.
It's like a butter knife right now.
Yeah, it's a butter knife, and it's a very, you know, it's an artisan butter knife, but it's still a butter knife.
Right. Okay.
And so it's like, the jabs are kind of If you're,
I don't like the jabs,
if you're gonna cover this option, doing a nair is usually better.
Yeah.
Like the weak nair will usually cover this. It's just the jabs are very kind of like, you know, avant-garde or whatever. Like they're more of just like a weird style choice. They kind of cover the option, but they're not that great at it.
Right.
Wow. Okay. That's super impressive. Really, really impressed that your shield hold into wave dash back to ledge here. That's like something I would do. Really, really good.
Yeah, that was from years of playing Squid, like that legend.
And then you instantly hit me with the pain, dude. Look at this. Bam! You shined him. He's a 0. It's perfect. Okay, what are you gonna do? Okay, tech chase. Okay, another shine. Okay, what? You gotta combo the guy. What are you doing? You got another 20 damage combo out of a perfect shine at 0. And this one is like, you know, the heavens opened. The angelic chorus was singing. Yeah. This is your moment. And you're like, what about another 7 damage and then miss the tech chase on the platform? It's like, no. Like, I can't stress that enough. If I was watching you play in tournament and I was like, let's go sell, and then you did that, I would look away. I would like go do something else. I'd be mad. I'm mad right now.
Yeah.
Like, please don't torture me like that. What? I need to go back and just re-experience the pain again. Like,
I think
yeah. I want to hear your thought process on this, or what you think about it.
I think what it is I'm like really like it's all goes back to like my fear of the SDI. So like I'm just
Mm-hmm.
tunnel vision on signing, even in situations where like it's not even really that feasible for him to be SDIing in that spot.
Yeah, but the important thing is to say, yeah, go ahead, SDI. You know, that's the feeling you want. And like,
Right.
so I play against KJH often. He's like basically my practice partner right now, and practice partner in the sense, you know, we'll play pretty often, like an hour or two, and like he has nasty SDI. He will double SDI down airs all the time. You know, all
Yeah.
it gives him is an execution test. It doesn't actually stop Falco from comboing you to death. It simply gives you an execution test. That's it.
I see.
It does not actually get you out of the combos. And so it's very important to say they can like think about them SDIing out of your combo like them DIing, you know? Like when someone DIs away, you don't think, "Oh darn, like I was hoping they just didn't DI at all," you know? Like when they do the DI, it's just something you have to follow. And so yeah, that might be, but that is like you know, watch this like before you play the next set. Just literally watch this clip and just be like, this is awful. Do not be this guy. Like, please.
Yeah.
Like I say a lot of good things about your Falco. I think you have like a very good overall understanding of the character. But if this was the only clip I'd seen of your Falco, I would say nothing but bad things.
Right.
Like that was definitely the most egregious one in the video so far. And so yeah, I think it feels weird to make a whole lesson about the fact that you should definitely punish hard, but I think being scared of the SDI is definitely a big issue here. This is just sort of like a minor detail. I like that you went out for the double jump down air. This is correct.
I could have got it.
You definitely could have gotten it. It's okay though. It's okay to give up and be a little bit, and you're like, oh, it's a little bit ambiguous here. So you go for this laser. The laser's a little bit high. The thing is, like, why not F tilt here? You know?
Oh yeah.
I think F tilt here, and then short hop off backwards into double jump back air is a guaranteed kill. And the idea is the F tilt would never miss this. It goes further. Small move choice idea, but something important.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, actually, some advice I think you could benefit from is to put your positional game on the back foot for a while, and actually kind of be down to play a little bit of wrong Falco. In the sense that like I want to see you like kind of fiending for like the hard punish. Because that's like the opposite of what I see. Of like I see kind of this feeling of like I'm going to win the positional game and then I'll hit you and then you know I'll figure it out later, but if I'm hitting you that must be good, you know? And I really need to see like this sort of like I am going for this specific like I want to hit you so that I can, you know, get a little greedy. Like I like get like because right now you're way far on like the conservative side, and learning the game from a conservative side, I am in support of that. I think you're doing a good job with that, but there's this big imbalance where like there's no greed at all happening here, you know, and I like. Your play should feel very directed. Like when your opponent gets in a match with you, you know, have you ever gotten in a match with, I'm sure you have, with a Falco who's just, you know, a total crazy person, and like they just get in the match and they're like, come on, give me the thing, come on, give me the thing, so I can hit you with my sick combo, you know, like that's all they want. And it's like, it's annoying, but it's also kind of hard to force stock those people because every now and then they'll just get their hit and then they go crazy on you. And so, you need, like, a little bit of that. You need a little bit of the fiending for good combos. And so, because not only... it's like, you know which openings are good, but you're kind of just doing them because you're like, yes, this is the accepted good opening. You know, there's no actual, like, intent to use the good opening to literally kill your opponent at 0. And I think that also affects your neutral game. You know, it's hard to really see it in these videos, but it does affect your neutral game in the sense that, like, you're not going to be, like, you're not going to be making decisions. You're not going to be able to make a decision directed, like, your decisions will be a little bit off because if the reward for something going right is not that high, then a lot of times the punishment for things going wrong will outweigh the reward in your head, and then that will push you towards a conservative option to mitigate risk. And mitigating risk is something that is good, and it's something you need to do, but it's only half of the equation. Because you have to weigh how good is mitigating the risk here versus how good is trying to push towards my good opening. And when your punishes and when your openings are already planned, when you do a down air in on someone, you should already be thinking, if this down air hits, I'm going to shine him. If they DI away, I get the dare off stage. If they DI up, then I get this. Like, you should already be, like, ready to do this combo when you hit them. And you can adapt. You can adapt to different DI, but, like, I need to feel coming out of your gameplay the idea that if I land my openings, they are going towards them, killing the opponent. And when you have that, it's not going to be as often of like, well, I was afraid of this, because you'll say, okay, even if they hit me, you know, I'm going to DI their shine away. And if they don't hit me with their shine, I'm going to 0 death them. And then you go, wait a minute, it doesn't sound as good to do risk mitigation when your risk is not as high as the reward.
Yeah. I think, to give some insight, I think into what I'm thinking, I definitely like am very philosophically opposed to like Falcos who play very like like they're kind of like button push Falcos, and they're really fast and they like just play as if it's a one player game and they're not looking at you at all.
I completely agree.
Like they play like they only like see you in their peripheral, and like you're just kind of and they just kind of want to do a text sequence until it hits you, and then they start the cool combo that they've been planning to do for the whole game. Like, I really don't like those Falcos. Like, I try really, really hard to not do that. Which is why I think like what you're saying is like accurate about my play, because it's like I'm literally trying very hard to not do that.
Right. And yeah, no, it completely makes sense why you go in that direction, and I agree with it, and that's why I you know, told you in the past that, like, the direction you're going with Falco is a good one. The direction of these Falcos disgust me, and I am going to play a refined, high-class bird, you know? that attitude is generally good, but you have to be careful that it doesn't limit you. Because... yeah,
I think it's limiting me right now.
And so it's like you think about, you know, Mango. Mango is not a button push Falco, but when he gets an opening, he's suddenly just like, you know, he's just like a, you know, there's blood in the water. You know, it's like a feeding frenzy. You know, he gets a hit and it's just like he's going crazy on this person. And so ideally what you want, that's what you want. You want the perfect blend of, you know, the scholar and the savage, to use a bit of a cliche term. You want to be sort of like, yes, of course, I'm this ultra nerdy Falco, but when you get a hit, you just mess people up. Or when, you know, maybe you're even in close, and you go, I'm gonna mess you up, you know, and the person goes, whoa, here he comes, like, I've seen this guy just go off on people before, and then you're just playing your clever positional game, and the person will just lose. You know, it's very difficult for people to handle both of those things in the same Falco.
Yeah.
And so, like, there should be this feeling that like your cleverness and intelligent play only goes far enough to actually get you the opening. It's not going to get you more than that.
Yes.
You have to be ready to just mess up the opponent at any moment. And it's a difficult transition to make. And like I said, keep up like the mentality. You know, don't be like, I've been doing it wrong the whole time. It's button pushing time, like as like a full commitment. The thing is, I don't even think you could do that if you tried. Like that's why my advice is like try to play like that. You know, you'll find some value in it, and you're not going to lose sight of the way you play Falco already, but it needs to be there to help you out. Because right now it's too conservative. There's too many situations where you say, I'm going to go for an option coverage rather than a read. I'm not going to down air because I'm afraid of the SDI. And it's like, how many times have you gotten hit by a Falco that doesn't know what SDI is? And been 0 death.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay, let's just sort of put the last one up while we talk about things in general. I'm going to add a couple minutes because we had a couple minutes where we were, dealing with slippy issues and stuff like that. So we can go a few minutes over.
Appreciate it.
Okay, good roll. So yeah, you're setting up this laser neutral. That's solid. Yeah, see, so this is a situation where this was actually all about risk mitigation, where like, why go for a laser here? This was just an error to do this laser when they're doing this drop.
I think because I rolled accidentally, it like confused me, so I didn't see that either.
Ah, okay. I see. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. Good explanation, actually. Okay, so he does this. So I'm mostly looking for these moments where, you get a hit. Like, are there any moments where you get a strong opening this game? I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't remember, but...
Okay, that's a tough combo to hit. I don't blame you too much for missing that. Okay, so that's now 2 openings, a third opening where you try to option cover and you don't go to the ledge. So that now you've had 3 combo opportunities, or like big opportunities so far, and they weren't like as perfect as that other one on the left side of Dreamland, but they have been openings. So there's another one. There's another edge guard missed, and you will miss sometimes. That's the whole point. Like, they are mix-ups, but he hasn't lost his first stock yet, and then eventually you get clipped. Okay, I'm not going to mention that. I'm not going to talk about that. That was like, you just messed it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you eventually get a kill, but it wasn't off a combo. And so it's like, okay, so this matchup is kind of like known for, okay, and it's, and it's kind of like, think about how much better it would be if you literally killed off of that. Like this, okay, you do this, you hit the laser, you hit this, you outplayed him perfectly here. But if you don't do anything off of it, it's 10 damage. Your outplay meant literally nothing. You accomplished 0.
Yeah.
So it's like, it doesn't matter how good you were with, I perfectly spaced backwards, I lasered his nair, and I dashed JC shined, and everyone's like, woo, like, let's go. And then, well, what was the combo afterward? Tell us, Sal, tell us. You're like, well, I did nothing.
Yeah.
And I think this was actually another combo here. So yeah, you got this, and then it's like, okay, you back here. And it's like, okay, nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's more. Oh, another shine? Oh, a backer. Okay. Hey, you don't cover ledge? Okay. So it's like, think about how comfortable this must, make your opponent. Like,
yeah.
Like, what's he worried about? Nothing. You've like gotten like... Yeah, go for it.
I was just going to say, I've had that exact thought that, like, it must feel so nice to not worry about losing neutral. Like, I wish that, like, I could hit harder, but, like, I know that it's, like, a
And so, like, here, look at this pattern happening again. Okay, so you get... So, like, so you get this, and you're like, okay, nice. Pressure. Doing this. Nice, I got the back air. Okay, I'm just going to laser until he grabs the ledge. Okay. And he comes back. You're like, all right, that was like what I wanted. And you eventually die again. You're like, darn it, okay. And come back. What's going to happen here? I have this weird feeling that it's going to be kind of more of the same stuff. So you're playing a good positional game. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Great. Okay, that was fantastic. But he was already at 140%. So the random backer actually killed at that point. And so, yeah, he's kind of getting random hits. He's kind of, just throwing stuff out. Okay, no big openings yet. Playing decent positional, neutral. Okay, pretty solid still. Nothing too egregious. Mistakes were probably made somewhere, but not the biggest mistakes. Okay, looking for that opening. Okay, grab is okay there. It's okay to not get a follow-up after up throw. Okay, missed the recovery angle. No openings yet, which is fine. So that just happens. You're just losing neutral. Okay, not bad at all. Okay, this is pretty solid. Nothing, no big complaints here, especially for the level of play. Oh, great jump over. Okay, big combo. Oh, it's back here. Oh, I bet you're not gonna cover ledge, are you? Yeah, so it's like, oh, big combo! He did it! He got his big opening after freaking like a minute of playing neutral. You get this big, nasty, oh boy, here it comes, This is like what all the people been waiting for. Back air, and then I'll laser until he grabs ledge. Or he didn't even grab ledge that time, but it's like, okay. And then your opponent gets a hit, and he's like, bop, ba-da, bop. And he's, look at him! He's not even, oh wow, okay, he's not even doing amazing combos here. He's just hitting you over and over. And he's like, okay, so you're at 20 or whatever. Like, so look at it. He gets this combo. And you've been playing smart this whole time. And your opponent gets a hit at 23. And he does this. He down airs you. He touches up tilt. He down airs again. He up tilts again. He forward airs. And you're at 90. He just did 70 damage with his, like, kind of whatever combo that didn't even really lead to a kill. Now you're at 90. How much effort did it take you to put him at 84? That was like a whole day's work.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I grabbed ledge, but then I didn't like.
Okay, so you get the kill. He was at 120, but you get the kill, and you're like, okay. I bet you. Yeah, I was gonna say I bet you just die without even hitting it, but yeah. Okay, so we kind of found the issue here.
Yeah,
it's a little clear that if you're not gonna combo the guy and you're just gonna shine back air over and over, it's no wonder you're losing. It's no wonder. It doesn't matter what your brain can do when you're not in neutral, when you're not, accomplishing the goals of the match, which is to kill the opponent.
Right.
So. We're basically, I would consider this an hour, so there's basically nothing too complicated to say on this, except, I would still say, maybe rewatching this lesson could be good, but, you really want to focus on hitting your opponent really hard when you get your good openings, first of all. And then once you can do that, the good openings start to get more appealing, less, conservative decisions start appealing to you a little bit less when the advantages of hitting your opponent go up and up and up. Yeah. So that is just the biggest thing, and I feel like by the end, that's the best type of lesson. Where by the last VOD, you're just laughing because you can just look at the notes of what's been said so far, and the exact situations just happen over and over and over. Like, oh, tiny combo, and then he lasers until his opponent grabs the edge, And so I would say that, above all, just try to avoid that with as much as you possibly can.
Okay, yeah. I think I can watch, Ginger, probably, like you said.
Mm-hmm. And I would say FD is the best place to start, because all the combos and all the other stages are more complicated than on FD. So if you can get the FD zero death combo game down, pretty decently, and you're not going to hit it every time, but there should be a significant amount of, he did this DI, and you just get the kill. Oh, he did this, and you get the kill out of the punish. If your opponent has perfect DI, you're not going to get the kill every time. But there are a lot of common bread and butters that come up that get you the kill right away.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So, yeah, I think it was a good lesson. I think there were some really good points we went over. So,
sure.
I hope you have a good one, man. I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you have any additional questions or concerns.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Sick. All right, have a good one. Bye.
All right, you too, man.